good afternoon and welcome, or good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 4, St Mirren nothing in an entertaining game at Ibrox. And the only Rangers supporter who's no mourning about late goals today is Southside, who gets his Rangers bet up with Cholak to score and Rangers to win 4-0, 25-1. All there.
Nice, very nice. Well done. Deserves it. I mean,
for the record, mate, just for the record, he did have another wee bet. He had Cholak, Harland, and Johnston, Clark, Harris, I think, at Peterborough to score any time the three of them, and that stoated for him as well. So big shout out to the big one. But as the Super 6 goes, anyway, back to the game. All bet.
I enjoyed that, mate. It was straightforward what we said. No danger, really, you know. I mean, the only thing that was worrying me is complacency. I've seen a wee bit of complacency setting in, so saying myself, I need to know that out yourselves. Apart from that, 4 excellent goals, controlled the game. Some people had really good games, other people had all right games. 1 or 2 never had really good games, but nothing to complain about. Happy.
Aye, 4-0. Well, we started and Bonner has a shot, hits the post, and Cholak scores a different kind of goal. 1-0.
Poacher's goal, innit? Poacher's goal there. Right place, right time. Great goal. Great player.
So then they came into a wee bit. At least they had a goal, Albert. We've got to give credit where it's due also. At least they try to get men forward and have a goal.
Yeah, and Barisic actually had a shot, which was pretty surprising. And it was on target, which was pretty surprising as well. But more of that, please. It shows you can do it, so let's have more of that. But aye, it was a good goal. And just carried on. The penalty, there wasn't a penalty.
I didn't see. What's your thoughts, mate?
I never actually seen it right on, mate. The pictures never weren't conclusive enough. But we're all saying it's a penalty. Stonewaller, they're all saying it's no penalty. So, we go with it. We go with it. And as far as I'm concerned, it was a Stonewall penalty, mate.
Oh, well, it was a penalty because the referee gave it. So 2-0. And if we're being honest, we had opportunities and situations to maybe go 3 or 4 up in the first half, mate, yeah?
Yep. But that's the complacency bit that was annoying. Senior 2-0 up. There's certain players just like Golson's guilty of it, Tab's guilty of it, Lundstrom's guilty of it, Barisic is guilty of that, slipping into that, this is easy mode. And you're going, no, just keep going. But they shoot themselves out it for a wee while, and we come back into playing some nice football. We did play some nice football. I'll give them that.
Aye, we started the second half, the first minute or so we weren't great, and then for about the next 15 minutes we had them pegged back. Out the 2 wingers, I thought by a distance fashion, Sakala shone more than Matondo did, even though Matondo did a great effort to hit the post, yeah?
I persevere with them too. I hope he does. You will persevere with them. They will come good. They really will. Look at Sakala. He done more on that wing than anybody we've put out there in the last 2 years. He was brilliant. The second half especially, he was brilliant. Come on. Me and Matongo, it's like a constant. But you never notice something. I noticed something today, by the way. Anybody that Mackay comes out to and talks to at the sideline automatically stops going forward. He spoke to Matondo, I think it was in the first half. The wee boy was starting to look to go on, stop going forward. Then he spoke to Sakala in the second half after he'd done his runs, and you could see the boy going, I'm falling in stroke, I need to milk the ball back. And I'll tell you something else. See that Kent and that Barisic had to pay £1 for every time they done a back pass. They two would owe Rangers money.
Oh, we won 4-0. Just to turn that right down, yeah.
No, I'm not letting them away with the pack passing like that all the time. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I did. They deserved it. They deserved it big time.
You don't get the perfect game of football, and it's an easy game when you're sitting in the house having a couple of halves watching it all.
No, yeah? I'm having a coffee now.
Right, the third goal. What a finish with Cholak. And Albert, what do we keep taking him off when he's got doubles for, eh?
They all do that. I don't know. They all do that for some strange reason. I don't know why they do it. But hey, Because you've got to give the boy a chance to get his hat trick. No, I mean, that's our philosophy. But again, we're professionals, are we?
No, I know. Maybe he doesn't care. He's got the two. What a finish. Wasn't it? Great run by Sakala. Nice pass by Sakala. Nutmeg, and he uses outside his boot to steer it in, yeah?
Oh, superb finish. Typical good striker finish, wasn't it? It took a lot of time for the boy. As we said before, like the show, and we've been saying all along, the boy scores all different types of goals, and there's another 2 different types of goals. I mean, he's just a superb player. It's not that. I don't know about you, but seeing he gets the ball in 8 positions, I'm super confident he's putting it away.
Can you really missing him? You know, if he's missed, it's come off the goalie or that. You know, it's not been. He's not run the goalie and chipped it out of the bar or anything like that. You know, can you really miss anything like that? Anyway, so he gets the third goal, and then I thought that was it finished, but obviously it wasn't. Big South Sides cheering them on. I think you heard him roaring himself. But what a move it was! What a move! Great play. I think was it Tav who knocked it into Morelos.
I don't know, mate. My connection went away. I just seen the highlight at the end with he scores. That's what I've seen.
Tav knocks it in. I think it was Tav. I'll say it was Tav. I might be wrong. I get one ring every week now. So Morelos, lovely wee pass to Sakala, and a nice finish with fashion, and I think he deserved that.
Aye, as I said before, he'll get you goals. The wee man will get you goals, and he'll get you assists. And did you see the two of them at the back post when the boys in the other wing? Both of them done it. Say Sakala on one wing and Mutondo on the other wing. They both get into the back post. This is what I'm talking about. These boys want to score. They're trying to score. Mutondo never the great game today. Wrong, but persevere with that boy. Once his confidence comes back, he's going to be some player. I'm telling you, he'll be a brilliant player. But you need to persevere with him.
I beg to differ at the moment. I beg to differ. Yeah,
at the moment he's no, but he will be a good player. He will be.
We'll see what it takes. He is a young boy. We've got to remember that, you know. But let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Oh, Fox has shamelessly stolen that from Loyal Boy FM, and that's by Ruth and Fergus. Fergus or Fergie, I think, I don't know. But anyway, good Gene Fox, like it. And he deserves a song, mate. He's getting enough goals every week.
Oh, he's slowly but surely becoming a cult hero, isn't he?
He's playing well as well. It's the link-up plays improving, eh?
Aye, he's excellent, mate. He's excellent. Well, I mean, it's like Colin Steen all over again, isn't it?
That's what Johnson says to Colin Steen. What did you do after the first 3 games?
Chulak's done well on that, I suppose.
Aye, obviously. Great, good goals, different goals, headers, tap-ins, shots. He's always trying to shot. See the one in the first half when he got the ball early? I think he was trying to lob the keeper, get it in early to catch the keeper out.
That'd have been some goal if they'd got that one. That would have been some goal. You see, the good thing about it, I know, is the goals are starting to spread about the team again. I like that. I like Murphy in midfield as well, but it's starting to spread about. That only can be good, bode well for the future. That one. So you're not just depending on the big man all the time. At the moment, he just scores all the time, which is great, and long may that continue. But there's wee Sakala starting to chip in. There's Tav get his penalty, chips in. So Arfield last week that he didn't get, did he? No, he never got it. You know what I'm saying? So goals are starting to come all over the park, and that's a good thing. That really is a good thing. But it was a good afternoon, man. It wasn't one of the ones. As I say, my only concern was if the complacency set right in, but it didn't. We shoot ourselves out it.
I'm delighted Alfredo to get a few more minutes, mate, only because even in Tuesday I just didn't think he looked match fit. But at least half an hour, but he never got it. So the manager's got to make these calls, and that's what it is. And he can't 4-4, none against. You can't complain, Albert.
No, you don't drop goals out your team. Any manager that drops goals out his team.
I wouldn't have took Joe. I'd have left him on. I would try and get the two of them on the park to see how it goes, mate.
Well, I can understand taking Joe to protect them because the game's won. I can understand that from a professional point of view, but for an experimental point of view that we wanted to see, it might even be beneficial to bring Morelos on Wales and just to see how it was going to shape up. Know what I mean? Because the game's won. But he doesn't want. I don't think he'll ever play the two of them together anyway. I mean, I think he's just blowing smoke up everybody's trumpet. No, I mean, I really do. I don't think he'll ever play them.
Oh dear. Aye, so listen, a good day at the office, all better. Who did you give man in the match day?
Joe liked for his goals. And then I thought Jack had a good game. I did thought he had a good game. And Sakala had a good game. Davis had a good game. Golson had a good game.
He strolled it, didn't he? Ben Davis absolutely strolled it.
Oh, he's a class act. The boy's a class act. You can see it. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's very intelligent defender, very clever player. I like him. I do like him. That's the standard. I'll give Ross 10 out of 10 for that one. That Ross Wilson 10 out of 10 for that one. If that's the standard he's bringing, well, long may that continue. Just get some midfield players of the standard that he is as a defender, and I'll be happy because we'll get somewhere with players of that calibre. Quite happy with that.
Young Redfan come on, got a few minutes under his belt, done okay, got up and down the park. He does it at the back post, things that we weren't sure about, just small things, but in a wee cameo. So that was positive overall for the squad as well, Albert.
Yeah, it's good that he go on. Let's see the wee boy, you know what I mean? It's he looks full of enthusiasm, he looks full of running. And he looks a bit of a player when it comes to the technical side, because I like to look at that. I'm going, his physique's a problem. It's going to be a problem because they're going to play on him. There's no doubt about it. Big men, players like that will play on that side of the park when he breaks into the team. But apart from that, the boy looks to be technically go to anyway. Definitely technically go to. Apart from his close was mince, but he's only a young boy. He's only on the park. Like he came a break, but aye, he looks the part. By the way, throughout Europe, there's a bit of buzz about that boy. They expect him to be something. You know what I mean? Something special.
Aye. We'll see. It's a slow burner, and the same as Matondo. They're reasonably young, Albert. Leon King, Alan McGregor.
McGregor. She's on that one. McGregor, for being a great goalkeeper, what she is, see his decision making of the ball at his feet. Oh Christ, man! I could throttle him at times. I really could throttle him at times. He's not got a brain in his head. He really hasn't.
He get put in goal as a boy because he wasn't good at the field, wasn't he? He was like,
definitely. He's definitely right up that street, by the
way. Then again, he done more scoring in most days, Albert.
Oh well, that's true. the score we're all trying to do, he done it no bother.
So them who laugh longest, mate. Yeah, last longest. I thought I would have given Kolak the man of the match after the 90 minutes, but I thought Lundstrom was good in the first half, and I thought Jack and Fashion were excellent in the second half. But the two goals, mate, and for me, the two goals at that time take the pressure off you. He finished the game with the third one. That's their sniff gone, and he's on a run. So for me, he deserves to get it again, mate. Another one.
Aye, and it made a difference with the Dundee United game. We're only 2-0 up, knocking the ball in the corner. Know what I mean? Then they nip a goal and it's 2-1, and we're all panicking. You know what I mean? So we just done a professional number on St Mirren. We just put them to bed, right? 4 goals, bang, no bother, move on. Lovely, very nice. But Cholak, you're right, definitely. He's a great player. He's turning into a great player. He really is. He's everything you want your striker to be, isn't he? He's intelligent, his movement's excellent, and he puts the ball away. Just what you want. That's exactly what you want in a centre forward. Thank God we've got it, by the way. So it's went early on this morning before the game. Where would it be without that boy's goals?
No, I know. And by the way, a big shout out to the B team. They've won this afternoon with a 3-1 victory at home to Edinburgh University. So all in all, another good result for the boys, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
Goals from Yuri, Lyle, and Young. Yeah.
That's excellent, mate. Excellent. Onward and upward.
Aye. Well, we'll see what it takes us. But we're starting to score goals. We're starting to keep last 3 league games, mate. 1 goal we've lost in 3 league games, and we've scored 10. You know, so it can't be bad.
It's getting better. But there's still more to come for this team. But we're heading in the right direction. We're definitely heading in the right direction. We're putting the teams we should put to bed. We're putting to bed. Now we need to lift it a level, because there's other bigger games going to come up, and cups and leagues to win. So we need to make sure the level's up and get up and stay in there. That's the most important thing. Stay in there. That's the complacency that I was talking about. So we need to keep an eye out for that.
Aye. Substitutions. I would have took Matondo off. Fair enough. I don't know if they brought Ryan on, if I'm being honest. I don't know if they brought Ryan on. As I try to get Alfredo on the park anywhere, I feel Matondo, anything, different position, just see what he done. And obviously, I thought that was a good substitution, Bonner for Ridvan, yeah?
Aye. Give the wee boy a chance. Aye. He's Bonner a rest as well.
And Leon, the left side of the game, when we finished, Ridvan and young Leon King, mate.
Yeah, aye. That was good. That was good. We Kent up top. Aye, it just shows you. But I don't know who else was on the bench. I don't know who else was on the bench when you took Matondo off, you took Matondo off, and I wouldn't have put Kent on myself. I wouldn't have done that, mate. But who else was on that bench? I can't remember.
You'd have been able to. You would have had the thing with you. Well, I'll get the subs for the day. I'll get who exactly the one, mate. But it was obvious choice. Kent, wasn't it? It was obvious choice outside left. Kent coming on, no.
He doesn't deserve to be on, mate. That's the point I think I'm making. I don't think he deserves to even go in the park. No, I mean his time is to sit on the bench, warm the bench for a few games and go, look, if this is what you want, this is what we'll give you. You want to sit there. So you're trying to get the boys' mojo back, for wanting a better term, and bringing them on, keeping them sitting there for an hour, and then bringing them up 80 minutes or 70 minutes, and then bringing them on anyway, doesn't sort of send the right message, does it? Okay, Matondo wasn't having a particularly good game, but with a
Scott Wright, Scott Wright on, yeah, forgot about him.
Enough said, eh?
And Tillman's, turn that frown upside down.
I'm happy, mate. I'm absolutely happy.
I'd like to see you when you weren't happy.
Well, that's a sight to see, I'll tell you that.
Right, come and join us, give your thoughts. I'm sure if the result had went the other way, we would have been busy all better.
No, we won. We'll not get him. We won. It's all the grumps are not happy. We won.
Imagine you calling anybody that.
I know. Come on and dispute it with me now.
I believe there's a big guy standing outside the main stand giving away tenors. Wonder who that could be. Big Southsider be dancing with it. In fact, I think he's well up with his Rangers bets, mate, over the season so far. I think he's got about 3 of them up, mate.
Well, good for him, mate. We're no up.
Yeah, you need to listen to him.
Need to start paying us all back, I think.
I know.
If he does that, we hear the exaggerated. I put £50 on that one.
Aye, Bridge. Bridge.
I never put a bet on his life. He'll be standing there with Ladbroke lines and all that going. That's what I put on.
Dear. Aye, okay. Aye, comfortable performance. Back-to-back 4-0 victories. And bizarrely, would it be fair to say in both games you're maybe disappointed we've not went on and scored another couple. Does that make sense, Albert?
Aye, we could have, mate. It's one of the a wee bit of sloppiness at times, a wee bit of unfortunate, the luck just to bounce to the ball, whatever. But we should have, but we didn't. So I'm not happy with 4-0. Come on, let's be honest about it, because that St Mirren team were missing a couple of players, I believe, that might have caused us maybe a bit more of a problem. But I'm not going to complain about that. I'm happy. I'm definitely happy. As we said before, it's the results that matter. And we got a comfortable one today. Even at 2-0, mate, we weren't really struggling at 2-0, were we? It wasn't like, we'll get the third to finish this tight thing like we did with Dundee United. But it was comfortable. I'm just wary about the we can be our own worst enemy. And I keep saying that. If any team's going to really beat us, apart from the bigger teams, but if any teams, it's really, we beat ourselves at times. We really do. But I think now we've discovered we've got a right winger. Now we need to get a left winger. I think Matondo's that guy.
All right, okay. Well, Albert's put it out there. He thinks Matondo's that guy. The jury's still out for me, so there's two different camps. I think he's got potential, but I don't know. I don't know where we go. He's got to learn how to use his pace, but I suppose the way you learn that, mate, is play more games, isn't it?
Definitely, mate. Definitely. And he needs to work on his upper body strength as well, because he gets chipped off the ball a wee bit too easy. Especially if they're coming across him, across him when he's got the ball, he seems to get pushed off, and he needs to stop that amateur dramatics nonsense rolling about the park. I mean, that referee was not wearing that at all, was he?
Even Lundstrom told him to get up, mate.
I know, that's amateur dramatics. That's watching the big boys play in the big playground, isn't it? And you go away and copy them. No, he's watching the Premiership now, rolling about holding their faces. Nothing wrong with you. So he can make yourself look a wee bit of a fool doing things like that. But apart from that, I think there's a player in there. I mean, I really do think there's a player. It's just getting it out of him now. Keep Mackay away from us. If that's my big suggestion, keep that Roy Mackay away from our forwards. Don't let them talk to our forwards.
You don't know what he's saying. He could be saying the complete opposite from what you're thinking.
He looks a big dour-faced trump at him. He really does. I was like, are you telling them not to go forward? I remember the what he says to Kent. Keep that for the circus. No, I mean, you can't say that to creative players. You've got to let a creative player create. You've got to let them do it. Most creative players, if no all creative players, don't actually know what they're doing from second to second, minute to minute. They just do it. But if you're starting to try and get them regimented into doing things, you're taking it away from them. You're taking the actual thing that you bought the guy for. You're taking it out of his game and leave him alone. Let him go and express himself. You could say chase back. That's okay. I don't mind that. But when he's on the ball, don't tell him to stop and no go forward. That's madness. That's just madness. Especially in the domestic scene. There's times in Europe, I suppose you can say that, but not in the domestic scene. It's attack in domestic scene. There's nobody in Scotland should be fearing.
But it's pace. I think he's got pace, but I think to get that pace and to ultimately for that pace to be effective, it's not the dug in the fight, it's the heart in the dug, mate. That's
it. Well, he'll be tested, don't get me wrong, he will be tested. So far, he's looking like he's not got much heart, but I'm just hoping that's his age. I'm just hoping that there's a spark in there and we know how to ignite it. Because I think he's definitely got something about him. He's definitely got some talent. There's no doubt about that. But he just, as you've said, he doesn't know when to use his pace. That's one thing he needs to learn. But that's experience, isn't it? Are you there?
I'm definitely, it's experience. He is young, mate. We've got to remember that. You know, the boy's King young and Ridvan Yilmaz is young as well. All right, there. I mean, Matondo and Yilmaz have played international football, but King's come through all age groups as a star. So, but they're learning their trade and they're not a finished article. And if they improve, we could have good players on our hands, mate. But it's always if, buts and maybes, isn't it?
I mean, if they improve to what we think they can get to, like Lowry as well, McCann, if they all can improve to what you're building a bit of a team. You really are building a cracking team. But again, it's only if, innit? It's a big ifs in there.
You need a bit of luck, mate. You need a bit of luck, and you need obviously some idiot coming tackling you when you're 7-0, doing 8-0, doing whatever it is in the last minute and crocking you. You know, can change people's careers.
Aye.
You know. Okay, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, comfortable victory. A lot of players get minutes. You know, you can pick holes about A, B and C, but we're nitpicking sometimes all better.
Aye. See, it's one of the ones that it was that comfortable that you're going to need to find something to say about the game other than we were brilliant. But the referee, when we talk about the referee, there were a couple of strange decisions in there again. Some people say the penalty. I don't know about that. In fact, the strange thing, I ended up on the St Mirren.
I'll bear it. Well, seem to host you there, mate. Right, so you're right with the referee. Obviously, there was a couple of potential fouls a boy made in the first half that you never. And then we move on to how we never scored more goals in the second half, as you mentioned, a lull. So how did we do that? Lundstrom, in my opinion, fell out the game a wee bit in the second half after an excellent first half.
Aye, there was one he just kicked the ball way up in the air. Did you see that one? He just launched it up in the air. You're going to be doing. I think we're 3-0 up at the time. You're going, what's that about? It was like, I'm fed. I think he actually was disappointed when he got substituted. I thought when Kamara was coming on, I thought he was going to have. And he was a wee bit disappointed that he wasn't taking off, by the way. So I think he might be thinking, I'm getting the P-rip took me here. I'm not getting rested. I have to play every 90 minutes here in every game. No thinking about Tuesday, you know what I mean? Hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know, mate. I don't think players like to go off. I think most of them like to stay on. He's not had any injuries, but I think the way he plays, he strolled it. I mean, I thought the first half he was excellent. His range of passing, he was trying to move us forward.
A different player when he does that. Seeing he does it at pace and moves the ball about, it's a different player. But seeing he starts that strolling about, as most players they start that strolling about, you're going to no one to work. We're a different animal. We said this all last season as well. See, we stroke the ball about at pace. We're a different team altogether. Completely different team. Mm-hmm. And we've done it today in parts of the game. Not the whole game, but parts of the game we did stroke the ball about.
Here's my biggest criticism of the day, right? And a 4-0 victory, comfortable 4-0 victory. I thought at times Tavern, Borner, both of them, they've done okay for sometimes, but their crossing into the box could have been better. That was my biggest criticism of the day. There you go.
Aye. There wasn't any crosses for you two. Tab looked a lot fitter today, but I'll give him that. He did look a lot more stronger today and a lot more quicker today. So whatever injury he had, it looks to be over it now. But the crossing was mince. It was mince. I'll give you that. Tab tried a few shots today, I know, and Barisic had a shot, so no less they've been told.
There was 2 shots at Tab and the boss should have been to Sakala.
Yep. This is a decision making, isn't it? Mm-hmm. This is one of the things that drives me crazy. It's the wrong decision. You're going, why? There was one pass I know he done in the second half, in his own half, and he tries to do a pass to Golson when Golson's about 2.5 feet away from you. Going, no, don't try that. But anyway, he's some boy. Right,
okay. Last season in the league, our top goal scorer was Alfredo Morelos with 12 goals. Second behind him was Roof. I don't know what James Tavernier had in the league last season, but already in the league, Big Antonio's got 10 by the 8th of October, mate.
There you go. Used to say that for years, and just get us a half decent centre forward, put him into the Rangers team. Our teams that we're talking about, we brought up with, and they'll score goals. Yeah. Big Cholak is more than better than a half decent player. He is a good player. and he's just banging goals in for fun now, and it's superb to watch. It really is. He keeps it up, and don't get me wrong, it's a big if in it to keep that up. But if he keeps it up, there's 25 goals this season is not going to be a problem for the big man, is it?
No, and then you've got this, I don't know why, it's mythical 30 goals, in it? Mythical one.
I know. They're going about these silly... They don't really mean anything either. No, I mean, you don't get anything for it, or you might get a bag of crisps or something. No, I mean, but it's in really real terms, it doesn't really mean anything, does it?
No, if you score 31 and I score 29, sometimes it's when you score your goals, in it?
Aye, well, I used to say that, but we know we'll score a dozen goals a season, but it's a right dozen he scores.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've been saying it all along. I score the right goals. That's why I'm a great believer at myself. I'm not looking for people to score 30 and 40 goals. I'm looking for people to score the right goal at the right game at the right time. Scottish Cup finals and things like that. UEFA Cup finals. One each seconds to go in a big game against the unmentionables. You know what I mean? You pop up and score the winner. That's the important goals. That's the goals that you get remembered for. We know was excellent at it. I'll give the wee man his due. He was excellent at it.
Aye. Well, come and join us. Give your thoughts. 0141 356 1972. I think Andy for Leeds had 4-0 on, so we'll not hear from him. I might not hear from him for about Thursday now.
Oh no, he'll be away shopping. He'll be shopping in the 101. We'll get him out of there. Is the 101 still on the go?
Don't know, mate. Don't know what you're talking about.
Don't have you be an odd bins. He's an odd fella. He'll be an odd bins.
He still has to take his ID with him. Aye, a good, comfortable performance. Good, comfortable week in the league, mate. In the league, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Hearts game was a good platform, and we managed to get that good victory. That's a good foundation to build for these upcoming games. And then we just carried on with some superb start. That's excellent. Now just keep it rolling on. Forget about Europe. Europe's just there's 3 hits in Europe as far as I'm concerned. If you go there and actually get some points, it'd be great. You beat Liverpool on Tuesday, fantastic. But it's not to be end and end all now. It really isn't. We've got bigger fish to fry. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But we really have got bigger fish to fry. We may get this League One this year.
Aye. I get where you're coming from. You know, well, we've still got a chance again. Bizarrely, we've still got a chance of getting out of this group. And we've got 2 home games. And, well, as Rangers supporters, we're going to make expectations of winning them, but we're realistic as well, Albert, yeah?
Beat Liverpool, beat Ajax, and you're going through to the Europa, isn't it?
Aye.
That's all you need to do, and you're going through.
Aye. Bizarre, isn't it? Bizarre. But anyway, I'm sure Wednesday night will take care of itself. The days about Saturday, Cholak, penalty Batav. Some record he's got in it. I mean, obviously, a lot of penalty kicks in there, but I think that's his 60th league goal for Rangers, no?
Good grief. Believe that. You're right, Mark. It's not right. I bet there's just jealousy at scoring records. I mean, I know it's a lot, it's penalties, but it doesn't matter, does it? You still got to put them in.
Aye. He looked a wee bit livelier today. Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't think he did his greatest game, but he looked a bit livelier today, a bit more an appetite. There was a couple. How did that boy end up with that back post on his own? Where was everybody?
I know. You know? But again, that was Ken most of the ball at the park to come back, and then they got a lucky break because the ball looked like it was going out and the Rangers player stopped, but it didn't. The was stayed in and he got a cross in and he's standing in his cell. Why? He's just standing there in his cell.
Happened in the first half as well.
Aye. Why? I put it down to complacency. I don't know why. That's why I'm putting it down to is people no tracking. I don't need to track this time. I kept saying a bit of Aribo when he was here and Big Kamara. The 2 of them are bad for it. We'll track, and then I'll just get fed up doing it and I'll not do it. I'll not do it this time. I can't be annoyed. and that's the time that it's important the player gets in and scores. But the guy's still in the middle of the area himself. You've got to ask the question: how did that happen?
Aye.
But I mean, if anybody's out there no agreeing with what we're saying about the game, or they've got something to complain about or something to praise about, come on and tell us. Let's hear it. I want to hear somebody else's view on this, because if you leave me long enough, I'll pull it apart. And you don't want that.
I like my golf swing.
I learned the lesson with golf swing. You just shut your eyes and swing. Just pray. Just swing. Don't worry about it. It goes where it goes.
Oh, somebody's... Oh, there was somebody there, but it disappeared. Aye, nice.
Hello.
Oh,
hi, Ox.
How we doing, Blue Star?
Over the moon. I'm very happy. I like the industry. I'm with most of the players. I've got to be honest, I still don't think it's anywhere near strong enough in midfield, but the job get done, and I've got to be honest, as the second half, for me, the second half, I thought some of the play was exceptional. I couldn't understand his substitution, guys. I'll say it again, Ox. For me, Arfield contributed hee-haw. He made all the other 5 substitutions. Tell me how the Bears were desperate to see him bring around Alfie along with Kolach up front. No, he's determined. It's just not happening. I mean, surely he could have left him on for the last 12 minutes and just let us see the two of them at least attempting to play together. But it seems to be he's not going to budge for it. He's just not going to do it. But all 4 goals, they let the Kolach's second, Ox and Sakala's, both of them were outside of the fits. They were class. They really were. Good
finishes, good moves. Obviously, St Mirren were tired at the time. And by the way, Blue Star, fair play to them, and Hearts last week. It's not often we see it, but they were teams that were trying to actually have a go and get players up the park, weren't they? Both teams, which made it more enjoyable for us to watch.
Without a doubt. And I mean, that thing we shot off the bar, and even after that, all credit to them. They were playing to the final whistle. It's not as if they were lying down, far from it. I mean, that one, Ox, I need to be honest, that wee Nick Walsh, the ref, that same player brought down our player. At the second time, it was Sakala, all within the space of 2 minutes, and he never even get booked for either of them. You even heard Gordon Smith on the TV saying, how on earth does that know about in both times? He waved that away. That's just baffling.
We're talking about guys that are waving stuff, but it's £10 notes. We've been joined by the bookie basher, Big South Side.
How you doing, big man? How's doing, Trips? No, I'm on to actually. Well, I did tell you, take a wee chance. I was screaming, by the way. I heard a wee bit coming up the road there. I was screaming, get that ball up the park. But no, what a breath of fresh air on the right hand side today with wee Sakala. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Direct, positive, and just what we were looking for on the right hand side, Docs.
And he's going to score goals. Add to his play, you know. He put the cross of the game there and all. Southside in the second half when he put it in between Cholak and Matondo and the goalkeeper. He put that cross, and then he scored a goal. So he's going to score goals as well as give you a good attitude, mate. Yeah.
Aye, we said there was one run he made in the second half, and see if he'd been in on the left hand side and he had the angle that he had that we could see for where we sit, he'd have drilled it, no for goal. But I thought he'd done well on the right hand side, and if you ask me if you think Matondo done anything on the other side to say he should get started again, well, he didn't really show much today, did he?
No, one shot hit the post, mate. One shot hit the post, and knowing where you sit, mate, you must have seen him when we broke away, and you're saying, "Oh, this boy opens his legs up, he'll be running through and goal," and he stopped. Yeah.
He doesn't look as if he's got wee tricks about him when he's got the ball. You know, like he can go direct and maybe beat a man. He seems to be more pace. Maybe we've got to play the ball in front of him and let him run onto it. But that's a bad indictment of your winger. If you're go to wingers and they've not really got any tricks up their sleeve when they've got the ball close to a defender. But That aside, I thought Sakala was brilliant today. I thought he injected all the pace and enthusiasm that we needed, and it was a positive.
Aye. So you'll be having a wee night out tonight, celebrating your winnings, will we?
I don't know if a night out, but I never know. It might lead to that.
You never know. Fair play, Bookie Basher, mate. You're well ahead with your Rangers bets, for the season.
Aye. I will be
3 or 4 up now.
3 or 4 in the correct scores and goal scorers. I had the 3 goal scorers. I done them all to score first and to score any time. So, aye, get a return in that. I know Johnston Clark Harris scored for Peterborough.
What was the odds on
goal
that
machine? It was 60-41 for the 3 of them to score first. And Cholak scored first, and Johnston Clark Harris scored first, and Harlan didn't he? And then Harlan, and then obviously you're going. But he's going to lose it. But Cholak's going to win that golden boot, isn't he?
Mate, he done it again today. I'll bring Postar in after you, mate, but a different kind of goal, particularly the 2 of them, mate. A poacher's goal and then that finish was outside of the boot.
Aye, it was a lovely finish, and obviously fouled the ball in for the shot. It was a good shot for Borna. And he folded it in and got his reward, and he scored all different types of goals as we've seen. And I'll tell you, I wanted to play him last week at Liverpool. I'd play him on Wednesday night. I would start him. I wouldn't be considering Alfie at all.
Southside, Bostar, sorry.
I totally agree. It's a manner of his goals, Ox. They're all different, aren't they? There's never two the same. I mean, it would have been easy for him just to go for a hammer like the big Alberts and drill it. He drilled it, but he actually drilled it with the outside of his boot. But for me, I was waiting in a 4-0, that's what I done. And then when Sakala, the strange thing was Sakala hit his the same kind of way. He hit it with the outside of his foot, but big Kolach, oh my. I mean, for what we paid for him, all his goals are just, they're superb and everyone's different. You give that guy the ball and he'll put it in the net, no doubts about it. And for me again, Ox, no doubt about it, Alfie's nowhere near match fit, nowhere near it. Kolach must start, and he's got to.
It looks that way, mate. It looks that way. I mean, I didn't think I would have played Alfie on Tuesday night, but he didn't look as fit as we know he could be. And that's how they try to get him on 15 minutes early and all, but
he should have been on a wee bit earlier. He should have been on with Cholak, but as far as I'm concerned, and I'll never change my mind, mate, you never take goals out your team. Never. Anybody scoring stays in that team. As far as I'm concerned, that's what FIT was all about, innit? Scoring more goals than the opposition. But you can overthink it, and I think sometimes Van Bronckhorst overthinks it. And that's what he done in Liverpool. He overthought it. You're going, they're a good team, they're going to get through you. You're just hoping McGregor had the night he had, and he did. But there's nothing you can do. They're good players, they're going to get through you. But it doesn't mean you stand back and let them do it. You go and give them something to worry about, because they've no go. I know they think they've got the best defence in the world, but they've no. So for this Tuesday, Cholak starts for me. I'm with Southside and Blue Star. He starts for me as well. Don't take goals at your team. Don't. You're mad if you do.
I thought Lundstrom had a good game in the first half, Southside, but wasn't so effective in the second half.
Aye, the way we sort of set up, it looked like a 4-1-2. They had sort of played wide. So see, when he was looking for a lot of space in the middle of the park, and our field was sort of to the left and Jack to the right, him just in front, and it seemed to work pretty well. Ox. No, he was more mobile today, and he was trying to move the ball. Still at times we were a bit some of the passing it behind your defender across the park. And that's but I thought Lundstrom did well today. He looked that wee bit, let's say, fresher maybe than what he had looked the last week or two.
To Lundstrom.
Aye, it might have just been that we dominated the game a wee bit in the first half in there, but I thought he was more mobile today than he had been the last couple of games.
He strolled it. I think it was a case he had people running about him with legs as well. And on Southside, where on Wednesday he had nobody running about him. He was in there himself, basically. So he had Jack and Arfield in there getting him a horn, which makes a big difference. You know what I mean? allows him to try and do what he wants to do. But I think he strolled it today. He got a wee bit complacent, but apart from that, he just absolutely strolled it.
I thought Ryan Jack in the second half get involved more forward, and it looked to me as if that was the idea, that him and Arfield and Lundstrom would sit more both star, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Jack certainly got me forward, and certainly in the second half, no doubts about it. For me, I would agree. I thought Lundstrom in the first half absolutely strolled it. Second half, he wasn't as noticeable as much, but fair play to him. I still maintain. See if we just had a wee bit more pace in the middle of that park. Honestly, I likes of that game today. That would have been a 6-7-8 nothing. No doubts about it, guys.
I know what you're saying. If Arfield was Gaza, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not, and it's no bashing Arfield. What I'm saying is, you tell me two moves that the guy done with the ball at his feet in that whole game, and I'm telling you, he didn't in day one. He runs about, but he's never get the ball. He's never actually got the ball. You see him running about. So for me, whether he had been brilliant today, it wouldn't have made any difference. What I'm saying is, there's still something massively lacking in our midfield. That I wouldn't even say it's down to pace today. There's still a link up between that and our forwards, that there's too many balls go backwards. There's absolutely no doubt about it, and that's obviously down to our manager. It has to be. For me, there's times when you see them, you actually see our forwards moving into space, and you see them shouting. And what does our midfield players do? And it's not just one; they all do it. Instead of punching the ball through, you see them punching the ball backwards. And you're going like that, we're on the attack, flip and keep going. And they don't.
I think sometimes I let Southside come in with that. Sometimes TV and at the game you can see there's no a pass on because but sometimes you don't see that with the television camera. Southside.
Cholak made a couple of good runs today. So did Arfield for deep, and the ball never came. We went out wide with it. We went to Tav and then it went down into Matondo. When the two of them Blue Star at one point had made two good runs. I think the difference between Cholak up front and Alfie is Cholak does a lot more running. He chases down a lot. He might not have the finesse touches that maybe Alfie has close in, but he certainly makes the runs, and he's a different type of player for Alfie. He's looking for space, he's looking for runs, and you just look at his finishes. He's composed every time he's had chances.
Yeah. No doubt.
And that's the difference between him and Alfredo Morelos. And that's why Cholak will probably go and score, probably the way he's going now, he's easily going to score 20 plus goals. He's never done that in the league since he's been here. There's been different players in different squads, but just looking at how Cholak's finishing now.
Alfie last year in the whole league campaign scored 12 with Roof with 10. Cholak's got 10 already, Southside.
Aye. Yeah. It's his movement ups. He's intelligent, and if we keep putting the service into him, then he's going to score a handful of more goals as the weeks are going on, and that's what we're looking for. We wanted a striker to put the ball in it. That's what we're crying out for, and now we've got one. So we play him as much as we can, and maybe take him off in games because we're relying on him now every week. But we need to add more goals with different other players. And just quickly, I don't know if you mentioned them, but I thought Yilmaz come on and played some lovely passes.
Albert said that. Neat and tidy, good wee cameo. One he did at the back post, one a tackle, done it there and rang. That's what we said, Albert.
He looks a nice wee tidy player. He really does. Whether he's going to match up with the physical stuff, well, that remains to be seen. But technically, he looks a very technical player. Good wee performance, good wee cameo. You know what I mean? Nothing to complain about there.
He looked very assured on the ball, Hogs, didn't he? Even when he switched to player to the other wing a couple of times, you can see that even the way he hits the ball, you can see he's a proper pro. He might be a wee looking guy, but even his upper body today, I thought he looked a far stronger looking guy. But the way he hits the ball, you can tell he's cultured. He's a good football player. There's no doubt about it.
What I'm worried about him, and I'll be really honest with you, Southside, I heard he's struggling to find a Turkish barbers in Glasgow, and I find that hard to believe.
There's plenty of them in the south side. I need to get down and maybe introduce myself to him.
You know? Yeah, he always just some up here. He's in his eyes. Get that cut so it's not your hair's not in your eyes. No, am I being a bit facetious, Southside, or jealous?
No, he looks cultured, like Blue Star said. We seen the wee back Keeley done in the bolts a couple of weeks ago at pace, and the only thing we're all worried about is he lacks a wee bit of physicality and obviously height. He seems to have a decent spring on him, but physicality wise, I think that's all we've sort of looked at and thought, you're a bit small and you're a bit thin, mate. But technically, he's looking good. And if we see wee cameos, as Albert says, and he gets more chances, then hopefully he'll settle in and we'll see the best of him.
Aye, so a lot of positives to take out for the day. Albert, 4-0 victory. Could have been better. Could have been better in points total in the league. Well, these are the Brecks. We keep going. We've took a lot of goals out of them in the last 2 weeks. People thought that was gone. We've took a lot of goals out of them, and we keep scoring goals like this. I'm sure we'll go past them in that department. We're getting players back for injury. Our new players are starting to slowly find their feet. The centre forward ticking the box. Maybe the centre half could be a tick in the box. Matondo's getting the game, and we'll see what it takes us with the boy Lawrence when he comes back. So maybe all the criticism we gave Albert at the time, which was justified, maybe we were too quick to judge, mate.
Could be, mate. Could be. Let's hope we all got it wrong. Or is it criticised that? Let's hope we all get it wrong, because we want them all to come good. That's what we want. And we want the ones off form, on form. So we're rooting for them to come on form, but we're not going to sit back. As I said before, I'm not going to give praise when it's no due. I'll give praise when it's due. And some of the players didn't deserve any praise. But the day, Sakala, excellent. Big Chola, excellent. Golson, excellent. I mean, Davis, Lundstrom, they're all playing well. Tar looks to be stronger again, coming back. Barisic starting to shoot. Oh, that was a pleasant surprise watching him shoot for a change. I mean, but praise when it's due. But you're not going to get praise for praise's sake. I'm not a happy clapper. I never will. Never have been, never will be, mate.
Same question, Blue Star.
I'm a lot happier, and I'm sometimes known as a bit of a pessimist. I look for my team to be playing performance and scoring goals. Would have finished article? No, nowhere near it. As any team, probably not. We've still got a lot of work on today. You're only as good as your last game. What did we give them constructive criticism? Of course we did, and I think they were due it. But the bottom line is they're only 2 points off, and we are. I mean, that's two games in the trot. We've scored 8 goals at home. Let's keep that going and do that in the away matches as well. But we're certainly looking much more assured. Certainly in major positions where we weren't. The boy Davis at the back's made a big difference. That's easily said. And let's hope that we're starting to see a bit more movement up front, because that big guy Kolich, he's going to score against anybody if you give him the ball.
Southside, Ben Davis, it looks obvious. I mean, he's not completed 90 minutes. It looks as if he was sitting on the bench, no fit. But slowly but surely they're getting his fitness. So hopefully, if he improves as he gets fitter, it looks as if he could stroll the SPL. Yeah.
He looked quite comfortable. He showed a wee bit of burst of pace at one point in the second half when they played the ball down the channel, and they had to sort of come across and get into the box, and it was a wee bit of a chase with one of their wingers. So he looked like he had a bit of pace about him. Probably a good thing, taking him off, letting the young boy come on again. King. So he looks decent enough, mate. I think it was just getting match fitness, as we keep saying, isn't it? You can sort of be fit and train, but they always say you need the match games, and he's been introducing them, taking them off, and he's looking good, to be honest, at the moment.
Is that fair for you? I mean, we did criticise. I think Old School Blues just checked. He had all your bets on the day, so he's delighted, mate. Is that fair, mate? Obviously, we criticised the 5 players, but slowly but surely, when Lawrence has played, he looked good. Kolak, you've got to say big tick in the box, and Ben Davis. So if you were to get 3 out of 5 of them at first team regulars and playing really well, the recruitment becomes okay. So doesn't it?
I think we know in time that he's picked these players, and we've seen that they weren't sort of ready for whatever various reasons. So we've got to look at what we can only critique what we see in the league. I think we've been all right to a point, apart from going across the city, right? And we get robbed at Easter Road. Aye, performances haven't been great, but we can sometimes start the season slow. I think what put everybody in a tizzy was the Champions League performances. But you've got to put into a context of who we're playing against and the quality that we're playing against. We don't play against any of that quality. They're the best teams we've played since we've been in Europe. You know?
Yeah.
So,
well, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. Thanks, Blue Star.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having us on. Onwards and upwards.
Yes, thanks to the big BB, the bookies basher. Used to be Bennett's, but it's now the bookies. Thanks, big man. Enjoyed your call.
Cheers, Ox, and hope a few of the listeners had it on as well. They'll be happy tonight.
Here, I'm sure there was. Albert?
Well, the week started well and it ended well, so I'm happy, mate. Happy.
Here. Listen, this has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back Monday night discussing all things Rangers, talking about today's game and building up to another big week for their club. Take it away, Foxy boy.
Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it, do it if we can. Win the cup, hold it up in our hands. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way.